Hello, hello, and welcome back for another adventure in the cookie jar. Today we are doing the 16th recipe from the Cream Puff Murder. They are called Triplet, Chiplet cookies. And yes, that is a mouthful. It's a pretty simple recipe. It's a basic cookie recipe with 3 types of chips and cashews. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350. You're going to want 2 cups of melted butter, that's 4 sticks, 3 cups of white sugar, 1.5 cups of brown sugar, 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, 4 beaten eggs, 5 cups of flour, 1 cup of white chocolate chips, 1 cup of milk chocolate chips, and 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. You're also going to want 2 cups of chopped salted cashews. It says if you can't find white chocolate chips, you can substitute butterscotch chips, peanut butter chips, or any chips you like. The first thing I want you to do is to melt the butter, and then it's got a second note that this dough gets really stiff. You might be better off using an electric mixer if you have one. And you're just going to mix the sugars, let it cool, add the eggs, half the flour, the nuts, the other half the flour, and then drop them onto greased cookie sheets, which you are going to bake at 350 for 10 to 12. It says mine took 11 in the book. You're going to let them cool for 2 on a double wire rack. It says you should get approximately 10 to 12 dozen crunchy, nutty, chocolatey cookies that everyone will love. This recipe can be cut in half if you wish, which, looking at the amounts of ingredients, this is going to make a lot of cookies. I don't know if we'll get 12, we might get 9, we might get 10, but it's definitely going to make a lot. I see this being in the 100 range easily. But let's get started. This is everything we're going to be using today. First thing, we have our melted butter. To this, we are adding the white sugar as well as the brown sugar. Once you have both the white and the brown sugar in the bowl, you're just going to mix it up until they're combined nicely. To this, we're going to add vanilla, the baking soda, and the salt. All right, it does say to feel it, and when it feels like it's not going to cook the eggs, to add those in. I think we can just go ahead and add them now. To this, we are adding 2 cups of flour, and this is where I start to get concerned that we still have about 8 more cups of ingredients to add into the mixer, and we're already almost at capacity. So this is definitely going to be an interesting will it or won't it fit. I can already tell we are not getting all of this in here because there is no way I can mix in 3 more cups of flour. Not by mixer, I don't think, but we're going to try. I am going to say I am going to try. Worst case scenario, I have to quickly turn it off and do it by hand and hope it doesn't go everywhere. We gotta spread it out a little bit. I am going to finish this by hand because this doesn't seem to be working as well as I want. So it does mention that if this is too gooey, that you can put it in the fridge for an hour. I would like to avoid that just for timing. I already feel it's going to take forever to bake it off. So I really don't hope that it's going to take even longer because I have to refrigerate it. Next thing we need is our greased cookie sheets or the silicone mats if you have them. And we're just going to scoop it up and plop them down. This is what we end up with. I'm just going to scoop up the rest and we'll see how many we get. It took some time, but I have finished rolling them out. I believe there's 136 cookies. It's 11 dozen plus 3. Here are all of the cookies finally baked. They came out very different. Some are perfectly cooked, some are really flat, some are weird. It's very strange. These are the Triplet Chiplet cookies. The recipe came out very strange because some of it is perfectly baked and some of them are really flat and some of them are just really like crazy. And it wasn't even like the trays because some trays had a mix of all of them. So I'm not quite sure what happened with this mixture to where it produces so many different types of cookies, but let's give it a try. It's a really good cookie. So the thing with these cookies is every bite is a little different because some bites have the white chocolate, some bites have the milk chocolate, some bites have the semi, some bites have cashews, some bites have nothing. So it's a very different cookie as you eat through it, which is kind of intriguing. Maybe that has something to do with why they're all so different. I don't know. But I would say if you make this, definitely cut it in half because 136 cookies is more than I know what to do with. And it took such a long time to bake it. It did not take any time at all to throw it together. But it did take about 2 hours to bake through everything. Next week, we are doing Lois Brown's lemon cookies. If you are interested in doing that, I hope you join us next week. Bye.